am giving all of you the free and paid resources that I use to learn Levantine Arabic specifically. I am including a ton of resources here, so if you are looking for a less overwhelming and less frustrating way to learn your languages with confidence and actually know the best resources and strategies that will work best for you, your energy, your needs as a human, sign up to work with me inside one of my online workshops that I'm hosting throughout the year in the comments below. I will also be providing both A1 and B1 study plan examples, supplemental textbooks, internetarchive.com, make an account with them, and also you can borrow books for up to 14 days once you do. We have also Project Gutenberg, which is a great resource for free downloads or textbooks. You will need to browse if there are currently any textbooks to find relevant to Levantine Arabic. I also highly recommend pdfdrive.com. Here are a list of books that you can also find on there. Colloquial Arabic, Levantine. Don't exactly like using this book just because it only uses transliteration of the Arabic script instead of actually showing me the Arabic script. But complete beginners may like this for this exact reason, so teach their own. We also have Colloquial Palestinian Arabic. Again, I don't like using this. I also could not find a lot of the audio because almost all of it was in Arabic script and I needed more transliteration to see the exact pronunciation. Usually I prefer to have both. A teacher is definitely needed for this, but with a teacher you can probably get a lot done with it. Idioms and idiomatic expressions in Levantine Arabic. In the Jordanian dialect, you also can have access to Modern Levantine Arabic and Culture, an outline of a dialect by Ethan Fecht, which is aimed towards more A1 to A2 learners. I really like this book because there's both transliteration in Latin script as well as the Arabic, plus some interesting cultural points and a lot of images. They also have Arabiyat an-Nas, parts 1, 2, and 3, so these involve beginner to advanced course textbooks in Arabic, and they actually blend Levantine Arabic MSA in these textbooks, so definitely not for the absolute beginner. You can also download from the site the FSI Levantine Arabic course made by the federal government in the United States for Levantine Arabic learners. Hey guys, so while I was actually editing the video, I totally forgot to tell you about the other textbook that I recommend to everyone starting out with Levantine Arabic, Syrian Colloquial Arabic, a Functional Course by Mary Jane Lidicote. It is full of all of the really big fundamentals that you do need to know, and it does come with audio. You literally just Google the name, and you can also find the audio very easily online. So just wanted to pop that in there to definitely check it out before you check out the following textbook. The best textbook for intermediate and advanced learners that I have ever found is actually 101 Jordanian and Palestine Arabic Verbs, 4th edition. It's about $49 on Amazon. There is free audio, an excellent resource for intermediates and up. There are verbs in multiple contexts, idiomatic expressions, and they also provide literal translations of what they're saying too. You have written dialect. Sometimes when you are learning Arabic, it is super hard to find even subtitles or writing in a dialect that's not an MSA. So I really like this aspect of that textbook. There's no pronunciation in Latin given, however, so this makes it a little bit trickier for beginners to use. I would not recommend because it can be a lot and a bit overwhelming, like it was for me, because I definitely bought this when I was a beginner and I had to wait until I was intermediate. Here is what the author has to say about the methodology used in this book. This work taps into the vast experimental knowledge of native, educated Jordanian and Palestinian speakers living in the Greater Amman area by analyzing their daily experience and conversation. The 101 verbs list was reviewed by scores of Arabic instructors and native speakers to gauge their responses. It has been put to test by many students of Arabic with a new way to learn spoken Arabic that centers learning on the Arabic verb and its 10 forms. Once the learner has the grasp of the Arabic alphabet and is familiar with 10 verb forms, he can more easily understand how to form nouns, adjectives, active participles, etc. using only the verb. He will also be able to recognize many words and understand their meaning, even though he may be hearing them for the first time. There are over 1,000 sample sentences provided for the reader. And here are the 101 verbs covered in this textbook. Given only half the textbook actually covers the verbs. The second half has extremely useful sections. For example, inflection charts with similar verbs, active participles of the 101 most used verbs, broken plurals, and an English to Arabic verbs index. The author is actually the director of CGE Jordan, which I will talk about more, an Arabic language institute in Amman. Lingualism also has some great books. I wouldn't necessarily recommend all of them to the complete learner, but there would be a few, including Shwean Hali, which is aimed to A1, A2 learners. They have the most Levantine Arabic readers like Miru. Audio is free for any of their textbooks after you make an account, but you do have to purchase the textbooks. Their own version of the Levantine Arabic verbs conjugation tables. That is definitely less in depth than the 101 Palestinian and Jordanian verb textbook. However, there is great pronunciation audio. It does get super repetitive. Levantine Colloquial Arabic Dictionary and Beginning Learners Levantine Arabic Dictionary, good for beginners. I didn't find it personally as engaging since I picked up most of the vocabulary that they taught in these dictionaries already in other contexts using outside resources that I'm about to give you in this video. But probably my favorite textbook from them is Syrian Arabic Voices, aimed at the B1 to B2 learner range, where you really get to hear the experiences and hear how native speakers really speak and describe their cultural aspects and how especially they are adapting to life after the war in Syria. Other textbooks for Levantine Arabic that I haven't tried, but I can recommend you Lebanese Arabic Phrasebook, Palestinian Arabic Verbs, which is a Lingualism book, Haki Kilyom, Situational Levantine Arabic 1 and 2, also on Lingualism, Conversational Arabic Quick and Easy, available in Syrian dialect as well as Jordanian, Lebanese 101, The Easy Way to Learn Lebanese, Spoken Lebanese, a phonetic textbook, and Colloquial Levantine Arabic by Khalid Nasra. By the way, make sure to give a like and subscribe to let me know you are enjoying this video, and if you favor a more mindful therapeutic approach to your language learning without the burnout. YouTube channel for beginners and up, Learn Levantine Arabic. Now this is a pretty inactive channel now, but there are super good resources for complete beginners up until I would say A2. Globetrot with Arabic caters to complete beginners A1 up until about B1. Arabic with Varana, also a podcast, and she is using more of a Syrian dialect. I would recommend her videos from A2 all the way up until B2. She has some really good explanations, especially of more intermediate grammar points, and also does some vlogs. Learn Arabic with Maha concentrates more on the Palestinian dialect and also offers more accessible content to complete beginners all the way up until B1, B2. Learn Arabic with Qasid. They also have an in-person language institute in addition to their YouTube channel. Arabic Clearly is a great educational channel for learners of really A1 up until C1. It is a great reference for really looking at the breakdown of verbs, seeing a ton of examples. School of Yalla, which is teaching Levantine Arabic, but they are one of the more engaging learning channels on YouTube for that. Sarde After Dinner, I would recommend for everyone, especially beginners, because they are always using English subs and they have a great insight into Arabic culture. Otherwise, if you are only listening to the Arabic portion, it's definitely in the B2 and up range. Mummy in Amman, which she covers culture, sometimes speaks Arabic as well, and she is British, but she lives in Jordan. There's also a great cartoon called Our Family Life, and the subtitles are also in dialect, which is a great addition. One Day at a Time caters from complete beginners A1 up until B1 in more of a Jordanian dialect, but I do like how they lay out each video, heavily focus on vocabulary. For intermediate learners and up on YouTube, we have Easy Arabic. Now there's not a ton of Levantine dialect, it's mostly Egyptian, but I do like listening to this one video though. Levantine Dialect, which is a great channel that teaches more intermediate vocabulary with examples and pictures. Again, the videos are very short, which is a plus. Learn Arabic through drama and movies, which teaches and immerses. House of Levantine, where you can hear stories that are read to you in dialect. Anas, who has an interview channel of a lot of public figures and celebrities in the Arabic speaking world. A lot of them are speaking in Levantine dialect. Joe Hattab, which is a travel vlogger. Ibn Hatuta is Jordanian, and he is also a travel vlogger. Basil, who is Jordanian, and he does a lot of food exploration around the world. Salam Katanani, who is Jordanian and tackles a lot of modern science topics. Rasha, who is Syrian, and she has the program Rasha and Life. Rand and Julie Dalatis, they are Syrian sisters. Amr Maskoun, he's Syrian and he does a lot of comedy shorts, especially on Instagram. Two Sisters Tube, which is given in Palestinian Arabic. They have a lot of challenges and it's a lot more lighthearted with their content. Leila Morad, who is Lebanese, she is a vlogger and fitness enthusiast too. Sit Najeh, who's Lebanese, features short comedy comparing life in Lebanon and Canada. Anthony, who is Lebanese, he also has a food blog, No Garlics, No Onions, and his video subtitles are in English, but the video is actually in Lebanese Arabic. He's also the host of Mishwar on Lebanon MTV, and that explores more of Lebanon culture, heritage, and food. Maya Ahmad does a lot of makeup tutorials. Roya Comedy is a comedy show on YouTube, including comedy skits like My American Neighbor that combines both English and Arabic. Female Show, Khatira, Tmanya Podcasts, which is also on YouTube. Hikaya Daily. I know this is a lot, so if you wish to have a less overwhelming, less frustrating way to learn your languages with more confidence and know exactly what strategies and resources are best fit for your needs, your lifestyle, definitely sign up for one of my workshops in the comments below that I host year-round. For podcast beginners, Lingua Boost Syrian Arabic is a great starter course for A1 to A2. They only have a few episodes, maybe 6 to 10, available on Spotify, and the rest are available for purchase on their site or on Audible, and they also have a nice little PDF comes with the audio portion. Levantine Arabic Made Easier, more for A2+. There is a lot more English sprinkled throughout, but there are some really good culture points that are included about the Levant. We have Simple and Easy Arabic podcast, which goes from A2 to B1-ish up until B2. I really love the podcast The Arabic We Speak, which goes from A2 up until C1. If you go on their website, they also provide worksheets. Learn Levantine Arabic with Allah, the Levantini podcast, and the Nasra Arabic podcast, Learn Levantine Arabic. Definitely for more intermediate speakers, there is Real Arabic podcast for B1. There is Learn Levantine Arabic with Livy. She is, I believe, actually British, but she speaks fantastic in Arabic. She talks a lot with Levantine Arabic instructor about a range of interesting topics. I would say her podcast is more B1 to C1. Levantine Arabic Beni wa Benak, very similar to Levantine Arabic with Livy, recommended from B1 to C1 students. Syrian Arabic podcast with Tamam, A2+. He is a great teacher. I've actually had some classes with him, and I love his podcast as well. Bulbul is also available on YouTube as well as Spotify. Then there's also the Diwan Arabic podcast, and I believe they also sell PDFs that accompany the podcast material. For really advanced Arabic listeners or intermediates who want to challenge themselves, we have Saturday After Dinner, which, as I mentioned, is for everyone because of their English subtitles, but only Arabic listening is definitely advanced. We have Salt, made for Arabic speakers, about more current issues, controversies, etc. For music at any level, kind of find what you like. I am in love with the song by Yazan Hafawi, Yaretik, and Aman Aman. Of course, Feiruz. You also have Mashhur Leila. I really like their song 3 Minutes, but they sing a lot about social justice topics. Lila TV has a lot of kids songs for the more beginner learner. We have Autostrad. I really like Estana Shway, which you can find on YouTube. Apo and the Apostles. Pause the video and check out other artist names here. Take a look at Radio Garden, which is a website, and you can just scroll throughout the world and find the country whose radio station you want to listen to. Great resource to kind of plug in and potentially find some new music in the Levantine dialect from that country. Again, vocab and grammar practice. I love using either Memrise or Quizlet for especially beginners because you can find a lot of good pre-made flashcards for this, including on Quizlet flashcard sets that have about ranging from 400 to 600 words each by Adnan Mukhtar. He essentially took a Levantine Arabic textbook and put all of the vocab from that textbook into flashcards already for you, made for also complete beginners, especially his very first set. For blogs, I really love the Levantine. as well as this language vlog where she talks a lot about languages and her feelings to learning Arabic and speaking Arabic as a heritage language learner. A lot of study abroad nuggets in English. There's a lot to glean from learning about Arabic culture through her. Movies and TV shows. Definitely take a look at Jin on Netflix. Highly controversial among Jordanians. If you are looking for a little bit older movies, then Caramel, which is a 2007 Lebanese film, is really good. I also really liked the 1973 comedy Bay'a al-Khawatim. And if you are looking for a little bit newer movies, I can also recommend Farah and The Swimmers, both 2022 movies, and they're both Lebanese. Any Turkish show also that is dubbed in Levantine Arabic is really, really good. You can either find subtitled ones or there are the ones that are dubbed because they love their Turkish dramas just as much as the Turkish do and as much as probably Turkish learners do. And I had also mentioned My Family Life on YouTube that you can find. Language exchanges, of course, Hello Talk, italki are both great to find language exchange partners. I also really recommend to look around at Facebook groups. Even if you aren't active on Facebook, there are some really good Facebook groups like Pinkchin Arabic Learners Community, which I have really liked engaging with. They have an online community that brings posts in Arabic for the Levantine language and culture. They also have a free immersion itinerary PDF to get you to explore different media in Arabic. I can also recommend local international organizations. Again, I go to a local organization who hosts Arabic meetup exchanges, and look around at meetup.com as well for anything in your area or online. Now, Tamam, who is the host from Syrian Arabic podcast I just mentioned, has a conversational group for B1 speakers and up on a specific topic of the month. I believe it's only $10 to join and participate in that conversation, as well as get more transcripts. Books, especially for intermediate learners and above, these are really tricky because, again, it's very rare to just read purely in dialect if you are not texting someone, right? So I actually found The Little Prince that is in Levantine dialect. It's an Amazon order. I got it for like $2 literally. Highly recommend if you are more on the intermediate advanced side of Levantine Arabic. You can also check out, again, Lingualism. They have a lot of graded readers, Marhabtain, where they have intermediate and advanced learner content, especially books like The Curious Case of Benjamin Button that you can read in Levantine dialect. Other programs ranging in level online that I can recommend. There is a 0 to Fluent Arabic course that is made by the same organizer of Marhabtain, that website, and you can listen to her talk on one of the episodes on Real Arabic Podcast. I believe it's around episode 20-ish, where she speaks about her experience learning as an American the Levantine dialect. We also have the Levantine Arabic Accelerator. Now this goes on sale usually for around $249 every Black Friday in the United States. So kind of be aware of that. I have not tried it. It's something to kind of keep your radar on though. Lingua Verna Arabic is definitely for intermediates and really enjoyed using their content, and it is very clear how to use it. Natakalam, which has some great teachers for learning both Levantine Arabic as well as MSA, and then you can also have the whole Arabic for Professionals course, or you can opt for an intensive Arabic course that combines MSA with a dialect, which is essentially how the Arabs truly use the difference between dialects and classical Arabic as well. There is also a great course that is free, again, when you have a library card in the USA or you have a university address that is from the USA, into Mango languages. Their Levantine Arabic course is very extensive. They have all 5 chapters and it's a really good layout for starting Arabic from literally 0. I'm also using it as a refresher course, even being an intermediate speaker. So they have a lot of good stuff and also listening and reading practice. Globetrot Arabic is also a really good option if you are looking for a lead or pre-recorded course. Now she does have from complete beginner courses all the way up until high intermediate, and you can choose either between the live portion, which is £460, or you can opt for the pre-recorded sort of 30-day courses divided by level, which are more like 400 pounds. I have not tried her out, but she is the same teacher that hosts Globetrot Arabic on YouTube. We also have Learn Arabic with Nasma in New York, and she also offers an online subscription to complete beginners who want to have conversational fluency on a wide range of topics according to her website. They also, inside her own lessons, use her own textbooks that she made from levels 1 to 3 in classes. I'm not entirely sure what level this goes up to. It sounds maybe a B1, but you can also purchase her textbooks outside of even joining the subscription if you want to. There is also Hope Arabic, which is a language learning platform for learning Levantine dialect, and it's made by a couple that I really also like to look on Instagram, where they are the biggest at some of their reels, and they have a lot of interesting cultural insight between a couple of a non-native Arabic speaker and native speaker. Kalila, I've never used this, but I hear a lot of really good things about it. You can also learn different dialects of Arabic there, but the Levantine dialect there for beginners is a really solid foundation for when you use it. Other programs range in levels that you can actually go in person to. Obviously, check travel advisories before you go, but I've heard really good things about the CGE Institute in Amman, Jordan. There's also a Levantine Institute in Tripoli and Beirut. There is Qasid in Amman. Levantine Arabic is offered as a supplementary course at this specific institute, and it's divided into 5 levels. There's also Basmeh and Zaytouneh, which is a registered organization located mostly in Lebanon, and it has a center in Turkey and one in Iraq. It was established in 2012, and their mission as an organization is, since the beginning, we believe our role is to create avenues to empower those affected by conflict by developing their skills and reviving their sense of humanity and dignity. They have served a ton of Syrian individuals in Lebanon so far, and they offer Teach English, Learn Arabic program. So you have that cultural exchange, but you also get a private tutor either on a less intensive or more intensive basis to really make that cultural exchange, which I've been looking into recently to join. And they also welcome researchers from universities as well as artists with projects to come and collaborate with their organization. An A1 study plan example for Levantine specifically, for looking at a more intensive day at 2 hours, 45 minutes using the Syrian Colloquial Arabic course, 15 minutes Mango Languages Levantine Arabic review, 30 minutes writing practice. Alternatively, if you are not looking to write Arabic, learning vocab from the Learn Levantine Arabic channel, and then your last 30 minutes spent listening to podcast Levantine Arabic Made Easier. A less intensive day for 1 hour, 30 minutes using the Syrian Colloquial Arabic course, 15 minutes listening to the podcast Levantine Arabic Made Easier, and then the last 15 minutes Mango Languages Levantine Arabic course. Again, these are just study plan examples, so if you want a less overwhelming and less frustrating way to learn your languages with confidence and really know yourself, your process, and the strategies that are going to work best for you and your needs and your changing life, down below in the comments section to join one of my workshops that I host year-round. A B1 study plan example for Levantine Arabic for 2 hours per day, 1 hour spent on immersion with a Netflix show in Levantine dialect, noting any new vocab words, 15 minutes vocab review from show and previous days and notes, 15 minutes speaking and recording yourself about what you saw in the show and what you learned today, and then the last 30 minutes listening to Learn Levantine with Livy, about 1 to 2 episodes there. A less intensive day, 20 minutes vocab review through Memorize and Quizlet, 20 minutes read 1 page of the Lingualism reader, and then the last 20 minutes listening immersion with Learn Levantine with Livy.